Hey guys, so I hope you enjoyed The Pianist. It was definitely a grind to put together. It's my first romance story I've ever done. I've done some horror ones, I guess, in the past, like horror romance stories, but they've been more like little short stories. I haven't done like a full romance story before, so it's pretty cool that I was finally able to get that in on my my resume portfolio of films. You know what I mean? But given the fact that there was no dialogue, I definitely think the actors did an excellent job, and I hope you guys think that too. But let me know your feedback. If you really enjoyed it, let me know. Hit me up in the comments section or DM me on Instagram and let me know. Or if you didn't like it and there was these things that you think could have been done better, please let me know. I will take those things into account and look into that in the next film or films that I end up doing. I definitely do take those things to consideration in my next upcoming films. So that being said, I did kind of want to give like a little update on the channel, because last time I was up here, it was Halloween, so I want to give like little update kind of things that I'm gonna try to start doing and or working on next projects and all that. First off, before I do that, I do want to give a shout out to the composers for this film, Matthew Page, Lance Lucioni, and Alex Carter, who unfortunately due to some unforeseen circumstances, I could not use his music in the film, but I did want to give a shout out to Alex Carter for putting that music for trying to put the music together for the film, because it was definitely pretty hard to do, and especially Matthew Page and Lance Lucioni. I'm really proud of what they were able to put together. So just wanted to give a little shout out. Now, going into what I was gonna say. So, little updates on some stuff going forward. I am going to try to start submitting these films into more film festivals. I've kind of created an account on this kind of website that has a bunch of film festivals. I'm going to try to start putting the films on there. I've already put The Hunt on a recent film on a film festival here near College Station, and it got accepted, so that's really awesome. But I'm going to start putting more, I'm going to start applying to more, maybe put The Hunt in more horror film festivals and start putting The Pianist on some film festivals, because you never know. And I want to try to see if we can get as much recognition on these films that we can. And I would even say for you guys, if you, enjoyed this film, please let other people know, send it out. I want to get as many people on this as we can. Again, I want to be able to tell these stories to as many people as I can. The reason I make these films is so I can impact others and tell my stories. So I want people to see my stories, I want those things to be out there. So the more people that can see it, the better. Also, two announcements, I guess. First is we have now an official logo, or at least a temporary logo right now for Martinez Film Productions. It is this one right here. What I was kind of trying to go for was this idea that, when you go into one of my films, you're just going into this mysterious, story. You don't know where it's going to go, but you just go on this ride and see where it takes you. So in this case, this door gets opened and you just follow that door into the story, and it just goes, and then you just get to experience the story as it comes. That being said, this logo was made by Connor Field. He is currently a student here at A&M, and he did an excellent job putting this logo together. He also really helped me out with marketing, putting an entire poster together for the film. So if you guys ever need help with marketing, DM me and I can let you know about Connor. He is an excellent marketing person. It was pretty insane what he was able to do. It was actually kind of ridiculous. Like, he made a whole spreadsheet. I was like, what is going on? Bro was grinding. That being said, that's not the biggest announcement. I mentioned in my last film video that I was going to be doing films during the break. That did not end up happening for Christmas break because honestly I just didn't have enough time, and I didn't really have a story that I felt like was worth telling in that small short span of time that was spring break. So it didn't end up happening. But this summer I don't have much going on, and I think like if I have the time and I have the camera and I have the equipment, why not just go ahead and do it? So we are going to have a summer project film. There will still be a Halloween, I guess I'll call it like a Halloween special coming out in the fall. I know pretty sure about what the story is going to be, but I'm not going to announce that till later. But this summer project film, I'm pretty excited about it. I don't know what you guys' thoughts on it will be, but I'm pretty excited about it. So the film will be Scarecrow, a DC fan film. So it is what it looks like. It's a DC Comics fan film, which I know is kind of, debatable for some people. But I am really going to try to take this story seriously. If you guys, anybody who knows me pretty well, I'm wearing like a superhero shirt right now, but anybody who knows me pretty well knows that I am a huge DC fan and a huge Batman fan. So if I'm going to like do a fan film, I'm not doing it for fun. I'm not doing it just to like do it, you know? Like, trust me, if I wanted to film myself going around in a bat suit, like I would do that, but I wouldn't put it on here. If I'm actually telling a film, there's a reason, and it feels like I do have a story to tell here. This story chronicles the origin of Jonathan Crane, aka the Scarecrow, who is a Batman villain, and you get to see the relationship between him and his father, and even the peers at his school and those around him, and how that shapes him to become this titular Batman villain. It is going to be brutal. I'm not going to go into a lot of the details, but it is dark. It is by far the darkest film I have ever made. It is the most brutal film I have ever made. If we can pull this off, I am super excited for you guys to see it. If you know anything about the Scarecrow and it's kind of what he does with like the fear toxin, there's going to be some really, really sick scenes in here. And I'm pretty excited. Think of more like this is less a DC Comics film, but a horror serial killer origin story. That's really what this is. And it's going to be pretty insane. So I'm in the early pre-production of getting that started right now. I'm trying to get cast together. If you guys know anybody that would be interested in joining cast, whether that be for, you know, more of the younger roles like Jonathan Crane or any of those roles, or more importantly, the dad of Jonathan Crane, an adult male actor, if you know anybody who could play that role that you trust, please let me know. We're going to be filming in Glen Rose, Texas, so if you're around the Dallas or Fort Worth area, that would be probably the best area because you can kind of commute pretty quickly. But please let me know, because we are, you know, we're getting a cast together, but we're still kind of in the process of getting enough people for this film. So like I said, we're in kind of the early pre-production phase right now. We're going to start production. I think the plan is right now around the last week of May, with then editing, and then I'm hoping for a July 11th release date, which is in no way trying to coincide with James Gunn's Superman, if you guys know what I mean. But whatever. Anyways, that's all I have to say. So hope you enjoyed The Pianist. We got really cool stuff coming up soon. Scarecrow, a DC fan film, and of course, we got a good old Halloween special coming up in the fall. So stay tuned, and I'll see you guys later.